Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
We're going for a drive.
'25 BMW M3.
Manual with launch control. Still pretty good. Not the best launch because it's not the best surface.
But we got the nicest yellow color, horsepower and torque.
473 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque from a 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder.
So let's talk about the changes, the only changes that matter, the way it looks, the wheels, and the color.
Yeah, the biggest ones because now we finally have this in the new generation in a manual.
That doesn't count. It's the same generation. It's just a refresh.
Life cycle impulse.
No, we're not a marketing company. It's the same body. It's the same nostrils. It's the same generation.
Yeah, but we have new headlights, Yuri.
That is just an update. That doesn't matter. The 3rd gen Camaro went through a bunch of different bumpers. It's still a 3rd gen Camaro.
Yes.
So what color yellow is this? Is this like that old M3? It kind of reminds me of that Porsche Boxster I like.
This is, I believe, the same as like on the E36 M3. It's called Dakar Yellow, but it's Dakar Yellow 2, so I'm sure it's slightly different than that one.
Yeah, they just need to refresh their copyright of it or something. And then,
maybe they added some flake or something, but it is a really cool color, and I don't really expect seeing it on an M3 like a sedan, but it is cool on here.
And that one was a 2-door, the old one, right? Only 2-door.
I think they also made it in 4 as well.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can get yellow on that, but they did make
my one neighbor with a lift garage has a 4-door M3 from back in the day.
Nice.
So sick. But yeah, this looks awesome. And with these silver wheels, like it is perfect spec. You know how sick I am of green BMWs?
Yes, you are.
When we drive the M5 and the M5 Touring in Germany coming up, hopefully we get the yellow one, not the green one. Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, so this thing looks really well all put together. I love these wheels and chrome exhaust tips not blacked out. Thank you, BMW.
So let's take a listen
to the outside. And what about the inside? Downshift? Sounds like every other M3 in the last couple of years.
yeah. From the same generation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then, okay, with the wheels, what would be the Continental recommended tire for an M3?
The Extreme Contact Sport 02.
Heck yeah.
Great tire.
And I already swapped the Viking Contact 7s onto my brother's GTI, which was my old GTI, because it snows earlier up north, and that's where he lives. So get ready with your winter tires.
That's right. I'll be putting mine on relatively soon as well.
With your lift?
No. Well, yeah, I guess I could use it this year. Yeah, I forgot that I can't do that.
So is it easier to not bend over, or is it easier to have like your car up at your standing height, but then you have to lift your wheel all the way up?
Well, I mean, it's definitely easier because it's like right at your
but you have to lift the tire up.
Yeah, but it's still easier.
Which one's easier? Let us know in the comments below.
I could be extremely lazy, put the tire on the lift, and then use the tire with the lift at the same time.
Extremely efficient.
Yes.
So this is my first time actually using the lift with the bridge jack to change over tires. And honestly, this is incredible. I straight up love this thing. It makes life so much easier. Get yourself a lift with a bridge jack if you can. This is the best. Thank you, Smart Lifting Systems and Atlas.
So is that it for looks, basically?
As far as I can tell, like, do you like the grill?
I don't care anymore.
I'm like,
I literally could not care less at this point.
I don't hate it, especially in this color. I'm used to it. I noticed that the mirrors are like the M3 carbon mirrors, but painted, so that's cool. Like,
yeah.
you see that right there? That's nice.
And we do have a carbon roof, but as far as I know, we don't have a carbon hood.
Yeah, I mean, I could have no carbon on here because this car is fast enough and I don't need any weight savings at all.
No, but carbon looks sick, and then it lowers your center of gravity, which helps with handling, which I will be doing a little bit later. And then out back, we don't have any like crazy laser lights or anything like that, just normal taillights.
Yeah, I like these taillights a lot more than the M4 updated ones.
They're like chunky.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't like about the M4 ones. That's like thin lines that you can't see anymore.
Okay, Yuri, let's get to the next biggest thing with this car. This manual transmission that I am using, which is amazing that BMW still offers a manual transmission in 2025, so thank you, BMW. Although it is not the best manual transmission experience, they still offer it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say it's not the best because the clutch has a really weird bite point. It's very springy, and then the transmission's very rubbery, but hey, we got a manual.
Yeah, it's not the nicest experience. Like, I guess the other manual sedan that this kind of competes with would kind of be a CT5-v or CT4-v Blackwing, right?
Exactly.
And like, those manual transmissions felt absolutely perfect in every way.
Tremec.
Well, also the clutch and engagement,
Yes.
like...
Yeah, it all works hand in hand.
And then the shift linkage, too, felt better than this.
Yep. Okay, Yuri, I'm going to change one thing because we do have gear shift assistant in our infotainment that you can customize to your custom drive modes with your M1 and M2, which is great. So you can turn on your rev matching very easily. So in M1, I've actually turned it to on. So let's see if I can do the patented Jacob test. Ready? Oh, only lets you two downshifts.
Okay, what if you go back to third?
That's it.
Yeah, see, that last car was an anomaly. Oh, you're using it as a rev?
Yeah, there you go. Patented Jacob test. You're learning something new every video. But this thing does still rip. Now, since this is the regular M3 with silver badges, it is not a competition. It is rear-wheel drive only. We do have a little bit less power than we would with the competition. Do you really notice it? Not really, but you kind of do because in combination with the manual transmission.
I'm gonna jump back real quick to the look section. With those silver badges from it not being a competition, looks so much sicker, I think, than black badges.
Oh, for sure it does. Yeah, but the whole experience and everything, like, it doesn't feel like a competition, so they've done a good job of differentiating both. And where you get like the difference in power really is the lag between shifts, because there's a little bit of a lag between, and then I always find myself catching like a little bit of gas between my clutch transition. So it's like, I just don't love the overall experience, but I love that they offer the experience.
Yeah, I feel like this motor is better suited to a automatic transmission, even though like the manual is cooler. Like they have more power the whole time.
I hate saying that, but I also agree with you, like fully. The ZF 8-speed is such a good transmission, and it's so well suited to this S58.
Yeah. I couldn't do it though. I'd have to go, man. I'd do this spec over competition for sure.
And this is so easy to drive because of how like rubbery and loose everything is. Like in traffic, it feels like you're driving automatic. It's actually really easy to drive. And since this is rear wheel drive, I'm just gonna turn off traction and do a little skiddy skid. Okay, so like, that's the best.
Yeah, especially in a it's so much more satisfying doing that in a manual than an automatic.
Exactly. Like there's no weirdness. There's no like trying to build into launch control. Turn off traction, do a little burnout, and you're good to go. So let's talk suspension. It is really soft. Like M3s and BMW in general always nails it, and especially for an M car, this is so great for daily driving and for handling as well.
It'd be a good family car.
Yeah.
Like throwing a kid in the back seat of this.
Oh, for sure, because you have the adaptive suspension, so I've been driving in comfort, and it's great. Even when you dial it all the way up to Sport Plus, it's still great.
And especially when you compare it to like a CS version of this, right?
Yes, watch that video if you haven't already. All right, so let's do a little bit of handling. And yeah, it just feels like a proper M car. It rips so hard, and even over those dips and everything, it's like, it's really well damped. It feels great. It feels like you can triple the speed limit if you really wanted to.
But you pretty much have to feel anything.
Yeah, basically, yeah. We have no feeling left in our souls. All right, Yuri, let's get you in here.
Race start.
Wrong car company, Yuri. Yes. There you go. That was a way better launch than I got on this surface.
Nice, good surface.
Yes.
Good surface.
This car just hooks up. It's really nice to drive.
All right, fun tests. Let's do the dipstick test. You said no carbon fiber hood. So if we pop it, do we see one there?
No, we don't. And it does have a sticker for the correct oil weight.
So to check it, we got to check it through our infotainment.
Yes, and we actually have to stop and pull over and do that to do it correctly in this car.
Not nearly as good as the Mercedes that'll... Actually, no.
Mercedes technically allows you to do it while driving, but I don't know how accurate that is.
The Porsche 917...
718?
718 Spider
made
you sit for 2 minutes while it did a timer to calculate it.
Well, that's what this does.
For 2 minutes, though? It had a full 2-minute timer.
Oh, this doesn't have a timer. It just like goes through like a percentage cycle.
So we'll give that a pass. It's just a little weird.
I give that a fail because there's no dipstick.
And what would be the TotalEnergies recommended oil for a yellow M3?
That would be the Quartz 0W30, and always follow the manufacturer's recommended guidelines.
Manufacturer's recommended guidelines to downshift and floor it. Okay, maybe
Once
not.
the engine is up to temperature, I'm sure that's part of the guidelines.
Are you allowed to over rev it? Are you allowed to get to red line? Will it avoid the warranty? Shout out Hyundai.
yeah, that was in the news lately.
I asked the Canadian Hyundai rep, I'm like, did he go over red line or just to red lining? Because over revving usually just means to red line.
No, that means over.
So
You'd have to do it on like a downshift or on a money shift.
He didn't give me an answer. He doesn't know. He's probably holding back.
I bet it was a money shift because I actually did some investigative journalism, and that guy apparently has a tune on it, and he's got a whole Instagram account dedicated to him taking his car to the track and modifying it.
Heck yeah! Well, whatever.
Yeah. Voiding your warranty.
Void your
it's
warranty.
not whatever.
and documenting it on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let's get inside this summer gun.
All right, so we don't have carbon fiber for the first time in a long time.
Yeah,
we
what
just
the heck
have
is
like
this, just normal material.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird. I like it. That's like dad spec. That
Yeah,
matches
yeah.
the silver badge real nice.
Honestly, kind of feels a little budget, but I like it.
I do not like the full screen.
Yeah, it's there though.
It's there, but if you do like the full screen and you do like technology, there's a lot of fun stuff. So we got rid of our annoying climate buttons that were all hard buttons and getting in the way, and now we have it all through our infotainment here, always showing at the bottom, higher up within your view, which is great. And they also simplified it by only giving you left and right seeking stuff and a volume button, a little volume knob, which is so nice and simple.
You're saying that as a person who enjoys things like that.
I'm just talking as a person who enjoys technology, because
Okay.
was whatever. I'm sure there are people who do that.
I'm sure there are.
And then like we can swipe down, get a lot of our favorites, easy to use right away. And we have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great because then you don't need to plug in your phone every time when you get in the car. It just automatically connects.
And then you have your wireless charger in the actual elbow rest area thing here over
Yeah,
here.
do we have
whatever
room
this
for
is
a phone
called.
there?
No, we don't. I tried to put my phone there and it doesn't fit comfortably.
And we don't even have our we have our USB still there that's water resistant that we've heard from.
No heated or cooled.
Yeah, you
cup holders.
don't need it in this spec.
And heated seats are in the infotainment, no cooled, and we also have a heated steering wheel.
Yeah, and there's a nice shortcut button here to click to get to your heated and cooled very quickly instead of using a hard button, which
You
is
said cooled, but there is no cooled.
heated steering wheel and heated seat. That's what I meant. There was two of them. I got confused.
I know.
It's like nice that you don't lose power right away. I feel like it rev limits and like keeps you going a little bit.
Yeah, like almost like there's a little bit of
A
anti-lag.
little like play in there, yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, back to our screens and stuff. So we do have a built-in map, which we never use because we just love CarPlay so much. You've got this little square button which gives you the gallery of all your apps. There's so many apps to choose from, which is great if you like apps and being connected. You can use an app on your phone. You can do all kinds of cool stuff to just remotely control your car, but you can't, remote start it because it's a manual.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah, I guess.
And then we can proximity touch to lock, easily open the mirrors fold, which is great. We have a button that opens the trunk, which real nice.
It does pop right open, and
Real
it also
nice.
closes automatically as well.
Tons of room back there. We got the lock and the close to lock, which is convenient for real life stuff.
And then behind ourselves, seating-wise, I sort of fit, but my knees do hit a little bit if I gangster lean the driver's seat too much.
Fit a child seat back there. The child won't be like too annoyed by your super loud, annoying car, because whatever, you can click your exhaust button and, maybe tone it down if your kid doesn't like annoying cars.
Yeah, it definitely quiets it down quite a bit.
Other fun tech, interior lighting.
Yeah, it was preset to yellow. Nice job, BMW, whoever did that.
And I do like that in the gauge cluster, it was yellow as well for the car.
Yes, it is the correct color.
Yeah, that's cool. The gauge cluster stuff, we're used to all the weird designs. You
Here.
can change it a bit.
Let me press this button. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one. M mode, sport.
The important part is that we have shift lights that
Yes.
are very easy to see in your line of sight. But when you did change all that stuff, that changes your head-up display, which is also good. And I think we're in the reduced mode, which doesn't take up the full
Keep your hands on the
windshield.
wheel, Yuri.
Oh, yes. and it just drives, it just tracks so straight.
It actually doesn't have adaptive cruise or lane keep assist, but it does have regular cruise.
But we got the radar to look at our eyes.
Well, we have the
Yell at
cutout
us.
for it.
I was wondering if that stuff is bad for your vision.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, do you really want that stuff staring at your eyes from this close? Has anyone done tests on it to see if it is safe?
Yeah, probably.
Have they though? Like, you know?
Yeah, probably. And then we got really comfortable seats with nice adjustable everything,
Oh yeah,
bolstering and all that.
lumbar is good.
Nice.
Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. All black interior, nice and simple.
Great spec.
Keep it at a nice, reasonable price. And then do you like this flat bottom steering wheel that we have now with the girders?
I'm used to everything at this point. You know,
But do you like it?
I'm used to everything at this point. You know what I'm gonna say? The fact that I'm used to everything is that they're gonna change it soon. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be good probably. Probably.
It's gonna be like your AirPods that are telling you to like tilt your head to control.
Yeah, apparently I have to swing my nod yes and no to answer phone calls now.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, honestly, man, I don't like connected stuff personally. The less connected, the better. I don't even like that the new operating system, when you send an audio message, it like AI dictates what was said.
Oh, on your iPhone.
And shows, yeah, just like the way everything's moving.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, that's why I keep buying old cars.
Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah, I feel like 2020 is the sweet spot. Before cars were over-the-air updatable from everyone. I'm sure like they were, but not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like just after the time where CarPlay became standard.
You got CarPlay and
Android Auto
before everything was connected.
Yes.
Except for the companies that had CarPlay and no Android Auto.
Yes. Which was BMW for a while, I think.
But then we still have this like rotary dial to control stuff, which is nice. But I feel like I'm like barely even using it anymore. Like I'm so
exactly.
Once they made a touchscreen and it's nice and close, whatever.
Yep.
But I think the best part overall about this car is the color.
I think it's the spec.
I'm a sucker for color. Yeah.
Because imagine if this had black wheels, you'd be like, ugh, throwing up in your seat.
I would exactly say that.
I know.
But then here's the thing: is like, you could change black wheels. You can't easily change the color of paint. Like.
Yes.
In my head, I'm thinking the best thing I might want to do if I actually wanted a yellow M3, scoop my butt over to tsb.truecar.com, find one of the earlier models in this generation M3. Like, remember, I think the ones we took to the track that we had a lot of fun with that Lexus?
Yeah, with the circle-ish headlights still.
And then, like, we got the infotainment that I'm more familiar with and I enjoy more. And then, how much does it cost to wrap a car in this color?
Let's just say a good wrap, probably like $5-6 grand.
So that with the tsb.truecar.com price of a used one, you know, like, did they change that much in the transmission, like the steering wheel and all the stuff that I'd really want the newer version?
Feel-wise, no. And funny enough, this paint color actually cost $5,000 from BMW.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
But then like if you pop the hood and everything's not color matched, that's kind of,
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about having everything color matched properly that makes you like.
Yeah, but you could just get a black one and then it would be fine. Because one funny thing I've noticed is like, you know, certain budget manufacturers, you'll start to see the paint color over here, but where I see it over here is down here by the door panel. So it's like, it's still there, but it's not as noticeable.
Yeah, get a black one and wrap it.
Yeah.
All right, but is that what we're going to do, or are we going to find out if we just buy a new one by getting to the price?
Well, this one starts at $92,250
Canadian.
and this one is $102,750.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: $102,000, and we just have like satin. Like, I like this.
No, I know.
But I feel like it doesn't scream money to me, and we don't even have M-colored stitching on the door panels.
Yeah, just on the inside of the steering
which
wheel.
I feel like you know.
I know.
That's wild.
It's a lot of money.
But you know what? It's the coolest looking M3 on the road.
It is right now.
And I think you should seriously look into yellow M3s right now.
I would agree with you. I really like this.
And then also check out our lay down face shirts. There's a German car that has been selling like hotcakes, second only to the Japanese little roadster. So let us know what you think of the new yellow M3. Are you gonna buy one, or are you just gonna get an old one? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know how to end this.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.